Every game begins the same way.
You guys are staring at the shiny hood ornament and ignoring the engine block. It's human nature. We see Pete Alonso in an O's jersey, we envision 30, 40 bombs flying out of Camden Yards, and we think the job is done. It's not even close. We are building a Ferrari, but the front office is still contemplating slapping retread tires on the back. And in the AL East, bald tires send you off a cliff on the first turn. Let's be honest about what we're looking at here. This lineup is a monster. Jackson Holliday, Jordan Westburg, Gunnar Henderson, Adley Rutschman, and now Taylor Ward and the polar bear, Pete Alonso. That is a nightmare for any opposing pitcher. On paper, this squad puts up a 5-spot every single night without breaking a sweat. But baseball isn't played on paper, and October baseball isn't won just by swinging the lumber. If you think we can walk into a playoff series or even survive the 162-game grind against the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Rays with this current rotation, you are delusional. Look at the names, look at them coldly. Trevor Rogers had a career year, 1.81 ERA. That is elite. That is Cy Young caliber stuff. But let's be cynical for a minute. Is he repeating that? History tells us regression is the only guarantee in this sport. And behind him, the cliff starts to crumble. Kyle Bradish. I love Bradish. The guy's mentality is elite. But the man came back from Tommy John surgery in late August. He threw 32 innings. 32. Can we entrust the weight of an entire season on a freshly repaired elbow? That's irresponsible. That is playing Russian roulette with a player's health and the team's window. Then we have Shane Baz, acquired in the deal with the Rays. The talent is there. The arm is electric. 176 punch-outs prove that. But look at the flip side, an ERA nearing 5, 4.87 to be exact. He finally logs a full season without hitting the IL, but he gets hit around. He's volatile. And now we get to the ugly part, the part nobody in the warehouse wants to say out loud, the back end of the rotation. Dean Kremer and Zach Eflin. Kremer sporting an ERA over 4, Eflin flirting with 6, 5.93. In what world does a title contender take the field every 5th day, knowing their starter is likely spotting the other team 4 or 5 runs? That destroys a bullpen. That taxes an offense that feels the pressure to come from behind every single night. It is unsustainable. We improved the pen, yes. Andrew Kittredge and Ryan Helsley were solid pickups. But the bullpen is the fire department. If the house is already engulfed in flames in the 3rd inning because Eflin couldn't stop the bleeding, it doesn't matter if you have the best fireman in the world. The damage is done. This is where the name comes in that separates the pretenders from the contenders. Framber Valdez. If you're a fan who understands that championship windows don't stay open forever and that the time to push the chips in is right now, smash that subscribe button. We don't sell dreams here, we demand reality. Subscribe now to join a fan base that refuses to accept mediocrity. Back to Valdez. Is he perfect? No, far from it. I see the stat sheet. I know he issued 68 walks last season. I saw the 12 wild pitches. Sometimes the guy looks like he forgot where the strike zone lives. Is it maddening? Yes. Does it make you sweat? Absolutely. But look at what he provides. He is a workhorse. 175 innings or more in each of the last 4 seasons. Every single year. Do you realize the value of that for a bullpen? Having a guy who, even without his best stuff, gives you 6 or 7 frames that saves your season in the dog days of August and September. And he's a southpaw. Right now, our only reliable lefty option is Rogers. We need balance. Framber had his struggles, but he still sat down 187 batters. And most importantly, he keeps the ball on the ground. Even with his HR to fly ball ratio ticking up, his game is the ground ball. In Camden Yards, with those dimensions, that skill set is gold. The question here isn't if Framber Valdez is the greatest pitcher in history. The question is he better than Dean Kremer? Yes. Is he infinitely better than the current version of Zach Eflin? Without a shadow of a doubt. The market is right there. He is the best starter on the board. The Orioles have the cash. Don't come at me with that small market poverty cry. You bring in Pete Alonso, you signal to the league and to the clubhouse that you want to win. But if you stop now, if you think this is good enough, you send the opposite message. Imagine being inside the head of Gunnar Henderson or Adley Rutschman. They look to their left and see Eflin taking the bump in a pivotal game against the Yankees. What do they feel? Confidence? Or do they feel like they need to plate 10 runs just to have a shot? That psychological weight kills talented teams. The front office needs to understand that this competitive window isn't a 5 or 6 year guarantee. Injuries happen. Guys get expensive. The time is now. Passing on Framber Valdez is a miscalculation. It's arrogance. It's thinking our bats can compensate for a collective rotation ERA that flirts with replacement level. In the AL East, average pitching is a death sentence. We need someone who takes the ball, stares down the batter, and eats innings. Someone who has been to the postseason, who has a ring, who knows what pressure tastes like. Framber brings baggage. He brings that Houston pedigree. He knows how to win. Letting him sign elsewhere or worse with a rival would be unforgivable. We're missing one piece, just one piece to turn this team from fun to watch to terrifying to play against. That piece is Framber. If the front office doesn't make this move, don't come tell me in October that we did everything we could, because you didn't. The answer was sitting right there, waiting for a contract, and you let it slide. I want to hear from you. Do you trust Bradish and Baz to anchor a deep postseason run? Or do you agree we need Framber yesterday? Sound off in the comments. Let's make enough noise that they have to listen.